theories and how to attack it and battle it. How to battle stupid, crazy conspiracy theories. Then it cuts to a clip, randomly out of place, saying, get rid of some CO2 by sticking it in cement.
A series of falsehoods. And so you're able to actually get rid of some CO2 by sticking it in the cement.
The truth of what Bill Gates is doing on...
Is this a warning? Some CO2, humans breathing maybe? Putting them in the ground, the grave, the cement? What are your thoughts? The Georgia Guidestones, which the Illuminati follow, wants to maintain balance with nature and keep humanity at controllable levels, which means the eradication of billions of people, having a world court, the UN, a world language, computers ones and zeros, and controlling reproduction, Bill Gates run Planned Parenthood. He offers solutions on how we can avoid the apocalypse by buying his products and services.
The Syrian war was a 20th of what climate migration will look like. So the deaths per year are 10 times greater than what we've experienced in the pandemic.
In a new book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, Gates outlines all the solutions he believes we need. Gates says going to zero means eliminating all greenhouse gas emissions, or else. If they wait 100 years to do this,
it's way too late. Then the natural ecosystems will have failed. The instability, the migration, those things will get really, really bad well before the end of the century.
And is coming out with the narrative that people need to protest and hit the streets. This is scary coming from a guy who is in business with people like George Soros, who's toppled governments. Their billion-dollar private company, Breakthrough Energy, the business of crony capitalists and illegal monopolies banding together to become even more powerful in the name of saving the planet. Members like Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Jack Ma, George Soros, Mark Zuckerberg, the new Illuminati. The high-level mind control being used is to attack the human's lack of empathy. People dislike Bill Gates so much they have to turn off all the comments on all of his videos, and all the PR propaganda coming up is about battling the conspiracy theorist, as his daughter was just recently interviewed talking about conspiracy theorists, how they're stupid. Then a day later, the 60 Minutes interview was rolled out. They roll out everything as an agenda to hit the psyche. These are very strategic plans, but they make it seem like it's natural. I'm just hanging out, eating a burger. I'm just hanging out. Nothing planned here. We're just talking. We're just fun. You guys are stupid. Ignoring the facts. But all the hatred Bill Gates gets from all these people, he still wants to help them? Really? No. Revenge of the nerds. People are humans, and humans tend to be corrupted. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is why we lack empathy, because of how humankind treats one another as psychopaths and narcissists rise in the ranks of power and procreate over and over again throughout time. His daughter slamming and making fun of conspiracy theorists a day or two before the 60-minute interview. This is all planned out. The release of the narrative they want you to believe. The term conspiracy theorist was created by the CIA to discredit any narratives coming out against the JFK assassination. To make anyone who says that what's on the news isn't true is a nutcase. Virtual signaling as well, with their corporate sponsors Evolve Together face mask. If you buy one of these and donate, you'll make a happier, healthier planet together and offset your carbon footprint. There's a reason why she's wearing that mask, because this is a commercial. They have a happier tone than they did 10 years ago or so with the 1010 Climate Action Environmentalist commercial that came out, blowing up school children that did not follow the commands of the authority figures to offset their carbon footprint. This commercial had such bad backlash, they had to change the propaganda to virtue signaling and hitting the superego instead. This propaganda goes deep via Google, magazines, as Jeff Bezos owns magazines, all these people, social media, the creators of the social media are on this side and us pushing the agenda. Celebrities that they have in their pocket, and films like the movie The Game Changers. Remember, this movie came out on Netflix, and then everyone became a vegan for a week. Not because of the torture of animals. Let me get this straight. They don't care about the torture and cruelty done to animals, and then they go into pain. It's very terrible, and then they die in fear, and then you eat that fear, and that energy gets transferred off onto you. That's not why. They're doing it because of their narcissistic values, like, oh, I could live longer and be healthier. Oh, it's all narcissism and psychopathy of the will to power. But what they don't tell you is that James Cameron funded it. He was the executive producer, and he owns the biggest pea isolate vegan protein company out there. But there's no disclaimer needed. It was just a big commercial. They have companies that turn fungus into meat, which is funded and controlled by Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, Al Gore, Richard Branson. These people own the magazines and all the entertainment and have narcissistic celebrities in their pockets. We saw how fast the world changed during the pandemic. What will we see during an environmental crisis? Put your thoughts down below. I'd like to know what you think. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this, share it. Anyway, everybody have a great day, and God bless you.